Hey folks, welcome back to our channel. This week we're going to take our e-bikes and ride around Cades Cove here in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So just a little fact about the Smoky Mountains: this is the most visited national park in the United States. So we're going to try to ride our bikes around, hopefully not too much vehicle traffic, and we can navigate around Cades Cove. It's an 11-mile loop, so it'll take us a little while, and of course we're not going to video everything, but we'll bring you the highlights. So here we go.
What's the owl? Are you speaking?
Alright, we stopped here at the Cades Cove Primitive Baptist Church. Church was first organized June 16th, 1827. It's been here a while. Of course, they got the graveyard behind it there. And they got a sign for that too.
Inside. So it lets you see things that you can't see in the other churches. If you look around a little bit, if you look at the nails, in front of me on the step here, I see rectangular ones, and round ones, and square ones, and some are big and some are small. And the reason for that is they had to hand make every single nail they built this way. Wasn't like they could run down to Home Depot and buy one before. If you look at the pews, the benches, one cut, one piece of wood, all the way across. The backs are one piece. Pretty good cut for an 1887 sawmill. But the ceiling's the really interesting part. When they built the church, the kids held the boards up in the ceiling for the men to nail them in, and they did something that sounded funny to me. They put bear grease, bear fat, on their hands to keep from getting splinters. So if you look close, you can still see their hand and fingerprints on the boards. Wow. Yeah, once you know they're there, you can't not see them because they're just all over the place. Yeah.
What year was that?
1887. This church is 135 years old this year.
Wow.
Alright, this is the Cades Cove Missionary Baptist Church here. We passed the Methodist Church a little ways back, but didn't get a chance to stop and do any video of it. So some pretty old churches here in Cades Cove. Looks like we got a mama and 3 bears here, 3 babies. Alright, we took a little stop here in Cades Cove and took a little hike up in the woods, and we wanted to come see something to call the Pearl Harbor tree. So we hiked up the side of the mountain and we found the tree. And being Memorial Day weekend, this tree is extra special. And you can see flags have been placed on the tree for those loved ones that have served and died and gave their life for the freedoms in this country, which today some take for granted, which is very wrong. There's an old car rim placed around the tree so we could find it. And all this was put here by Goldman Myers, December 7th, 1941. In remembrance of all those that gave their life at Pearl Harbor. The rim goes around the bottom of the tree. As you can see, it ended up splitting, but the tree's still here. So if you get a chance, you're driving through Cades Cove, come check it out. Pretty cool. Alright, it's actually a sweet gum tree. And the reason the car rim was placed around it when it was transplanted, that's to keep the sons from cutting the tree down when they were cutting the grass. You don't see much grass up here anymore. It's all grown up. Just beautiful. Pearl Harbor tree. Cool deal. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's a couple more black bears off in the distance out in the field there. So, and bears everywhere on this ride through Cades Cove. Alright, we stopped here at the Cades Cove Visitor Center. Going to get us a bottle of water and check out some of the exhibits that they have here. So, pretty neat place if you're driving around Cades Cove. Stop in here and check it out. Even got a water wheel down there we'll take a look at in just a minute. Well, we walked down to the grist mill here, and unfortunately it's closed. Wheel's not operating, but kind of see the water flume that runs along the edge of the creek there that they've diverted water from, that comes down and turns the water wheel, which in turn turns the grindstones inside, and they grind corn, make cornmeal and wheat and several other things here. You can even pick you up a bag of it at the visitor center. But normally they have this open and you can buy it straight from the mill, which is pretty cool. But they got a sign. You can see they've restored this old house here. And they've got cane mill. And then they got the place where they process the cane juice, turn it into syrup. And they've restored several old structures here. I'm going to show you all of them. Get a chance, come visit it. Cades Cove in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Alright, this is a real woody truck here. The wood come out of the fellow's grandfather's house, and he took it and planed it down and put it on a F-250 frame and motor. And
yes, ma'am. They hand operated, but they there.
Oh. I love it.
That was the only thing I was scared of with motor vehicles, because we had to have inspections taken.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty neat.
I asked them, I said, do they have to be electric?
And you know it's a real woody.
It just says you got to have them. I said, that's all I needed to know.
Cause you got woody riding with you.
What year do you consider?
It's an 08 Ford.
08.
Yeah.
And when did you build it?
October will be 4 years.
Okay.
Where y'all from?
Pretty cool.
Alabama.
Okay, well you know about cruising the coast down on the Mississippi. Well, that's what it was built for. 4
okay.
years ago.
That's a good.
Alright, we got another cabin here in Cades Cove.
Glide up the
Few
hill.
other
I heard your little comment. You gliding
buildings.
now? Yeah, I was gliding.
And of course they always
I was just gliding.
try to build close to the creek, so you know that's going to be close. Another one of the barns they built here. Right across the road from the cabin. This is one of the many cantilever barns that was built here in the cove. You can see it juts out over the main structure. That's so the livestock would have somewhere to get in and out of the rain, or they park their equipment where it stay dry. But a lot of the barns here in Cades Cove was built as cantilever barns. Alright, this is Carter Shields' cabin here in Cades Cove. Pretty neat deal there. You can just walk up and go inside of them, take a look at them, see what kind of rough life they had back here in the cove.
Oh.
Well, we've seen another bear. He's getting on out of here.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Seen several bears this trip. He's gone. I don't know if he can make it out, but there's another bear out in the field. There was another one, but it took off into the wood line down there, so. Bears are definitely out today. Cades Cove. Alright folks, that's going to wrap up this little video of our e-bike ride around Cades Cove. So we did see several bears and a couple deer and some turkeys. One thing about being on the e-bikes, you can definitely get to see a lot more wildlife, but probably the coolest thing we seen was the Pearl Harbor tree. So that was many times that we've been up here, that's the first time we've seen it, so that's pretty cool. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you hadn't subscribed to the channel, we'd greatly appreciate it if you consider doing that. As we say when we're planning our next new adventure, why not go ride an e-bike around Cades Cove?